Hello everybody, Sonny Fernandez here. A lot of people have been asking me for some behind the scenes stuff about the techniques and the process I'm using to make leg full of vamp. So I mean, enough people have been asking me, I figured I might as well go ahead and whip something up for you guys. I'm trying not to keep it too boring here, so I'm just gonna jump right into it here and start showing you some of the stuff. On that, right? I got two computers set up. This one over here is the really old crappy one. That's where I do all the important stuff. This is where I watch YouTube videos. Lake Villa Vamps is a comic book I wrote in high school. It's about a group of vampires who have to save the world from a giant werewolf organization. Whenever anybody from my high school knew me when I was a kid gets in touch with me, they always ask me, when are you going to make Lake Villa Vamps? It was a very, very popular book. I mean, everybody loved it. The great thing is it's already written. I just got to transfer everything over to a script. But in all honesty, this thing was written when I was like 16 years old, so it's changed quite a bit. This is the entire Lake Villa Vamp saga. As you can see, it's pretty long here. It was going to be divided into 3 parts. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. The movie's going to be the same way. There's going to be 3 movies. This is the pad I use to draw with. The company's Bamboo. This is the pen that I use right here. It has this little button on the side. I had to disable it right away because I draw like this, obviously, and I kept hitting the button by accident. I got this for about 75 bucks at Best Buy. Plug it right into your computer with a USB cord. I use 2 programs. The first one I use is to animate everything. I go in, I draw everything, I animate it right there, and then once I'm done animating, I got the scene down, I save it and transfer it over to my editing program, which is where I actually put the whole movie together. This is the animating program I use, Anime Studio Debut 9. This is it right here. I think I got it for like 60 bucks at Walmart. It's fairly complicated, all the stuff you can do, but it takes time. It took me a long time to learn how to really get the ins and outs of it. But I'll show you some stuff here, just in case you're curious about how hard it is or how easy it is. There are 2 ways to do it. There's an easy way and a hard way. Let's look at the easy way first. Basically, this is what the program looks like right here. This is what I'm working on right now. This is Scott. We'll get into this in a second, though. There we go. I'll just go ahead and draw an arm on the pad here. It's one hand, so I can record it here. Here we go. It was just a quick little cartoon arm for you right there, right? You can change the colors, obviously, to whatever color you want. We'll stick with the flesh color. And then we can add a bone to it. And you can connect your bone to the arm. And then it's just a matter of drawing an actual bone in there. And then you can move your arm around. And it really is as simple as that to get a really quick little example here of what you can do with it. And another thing you're going to have to retrain yourself to do is how to draw. For instance, if I were to draw a picture, I just draw it like this here. Very simple, see? Very easy to draw. But once you start doing animation, you have to retrain yourself to draw. You have to draw everything one step at a time. You have to draw the head. And then you have to draw the hair. And then you have to add a new vector. And then draw the neck. And put that underneath the head, obviously. And then add another vector. And then draw the shirt. And then if you want the eyes to move, you have to draw the eyes separately. So this isn't going to look very good because I'm not going to move my mind around. I don't want that black. And then if you want the eyes to close, you come over here and you add in a switch. So this is going to be our eyes closing. So we're going to add this in. Now the eyes are closed. And then we're going to add a switch. And we're going to put both of these into the switch. And now I'm going to switch back and forth and his eyes close. That's the purpose of switches. Now, as cool as that is, it is very, very limiting, believe it or not. If you want to have 2 people sitting there talking to each other, that's fine. It works out perfect. But if you want to do an actual fight scene, it's not going to work. And I'll show you why. Here we have a fight early on in the film before I was doing the traditional animation. You can see the difference. How stiff it is. This is just using bones. That's an example of what I was doing before I was figuring out how to do traditional animation.
Why are you telling me this?
Do you understand?
Like I said, if you just want to do really simple South Park kind of style animation, you can do bones all day. I use them all the time for very simple scenes. You know, for 2 people sitting there talking. If that's all you want, it's very simple to do. But of course, this is Lake Villa Vamps. what you just saw probably took me a month to do, and that obviously is not just the bones. That is actually true blue animation. That's a whole new ball game, and it is possible to do it, of course. It just takes a long time. You gotta have a lot of patience. You're basically drawing just like real animation, frame by frame by frame, step by step by step. Let me show you how to do that. Alright, now let's take a look at this here. Watch it again. Watch how many frames are in there. Now, you see how it says layers right here? Every single layer right here is a different drawing of animation, and you have 36 layers, and they're all put inside of a switch instead of a bone. Now, what a switch is just how you switch between layers. So, switch 3 would be this one. Switch 4 would be that one. Switch 5 would be that one. Switch 6 would be that one. Switch 7 would be that one. 8, 9, 10, and so on and so on. So this scene here consists of 36 drawings. Now that's not including the bullets, the smoke on the ground, the werewolves in the front shooting, and without the werewolf shooting or the bullets flying or the smoke, the scene wouldn't have worked. That's the most important thing we do in this kind of animation. It's those details that make it live and make it breathe. It's not enough just to do the animation. You gotta have other extra stuff in there to really make it work. You also have to retrain your brain. When I first started animating this, I tried to do a lot of one shots, and I realized early on that that doesn't work. You have to free up your mind, and since you're doing animation, you have to do shots that you couldn't normally do with a normal camera. You have to move it around a lot. You have to do different takes. You have to be very, very open-minded on what you're doing. But the great thing is, since it is animation, it doesn't work. You just go back and draw a new picture. It's as simple as that. And that's basically it. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. Nothing easy about it. But if you want to do it, do it.